So yeah, and we are just now scraping the surface of December. And so Exact Track 4D picking up a few flakes just south of Blissfield and maybe a couple by Tecumseh, but you have to get close to the state line and definitely farther west to really find some of that snow. So mostly cloudy skies on tap today. Now we will have some snow in our forecast by the middle of the week, but here's that lake effect band that's still impacting areas around Grand Rapids and down by Kalamazoo. A little bit more of a mixture to our north by Traverse City and some snow up by Sault Ste. Marie. Let's talk about winter weather alerts, because you did mention to the folks in the north, they're not done with that snow quite yet. Check this out. So we have these active alerts in purple and pink with that band that we're still tracking. But what you see to the north in blue in northern lower Michigan, and as you cross the Mackinac Bridge into the UP by Sault Ste. Marie, the blue is a winter storm watch. So this is ahead of the next snowmaker that arrives tomorrow into Thursday morning, where they'll probably add another at least 3 to 5 inches of snow up there. Here close to home, we don't have that big of an accumulation, but we will start to see some stick by Thursday morning. Right now, downtown Detroit, where we have good visibility, 28 degrees though, so it's cool out there and feeling cooler with that westerly breeze. 24 in Ann Arbor, 26 in Pontiac, and 25 in Monroe at this hour. To your forecast for today, plan for 20s at the bus stop pickup and mid-30s when the kids are dropped off from school. And that's where we top out today under mostly cloudy skies. However, with just even a little bit of a breeze, those feels like temperatures will likely be in the 20s throughout the afternoon. Now let's talk about that next impactful weather system. That arrives Wednesday, and we'll take that into the early morning hours of Thursday, where I think the Thursday morning commute will be the worst out of the next several days. And so we're forewarning you, you'll need extra time on the roads then. Here's what we have. 8:30 in the morning Wednesday. A little bit of snow clipping the thumb region, especially maybe to the tip of the thumb there where we start to get a little accumulation. Otherwise, flakes flying that could turn more into a wintry mix late afternoon, early evening Wednesday. But well after sunset, just after midnight, watch what happens. The changeover occurs, and given that temperatures at this point are right around freezing, this is a very wet snow. So if you get those heavier snow bands setting up, we're going to start to see some accumulation mount up into the early morning hours. But by midday Thursday, we're done with it. So as far as accumulation, maybe about a ½ inch to 1.5 inches across the area. We've seen worse snowfalls. Really, what's the tricky part of this for your travel will be the fact that snow's falling with wind gusts around 40 miles per hour Thursday morning. That's going to create blowing snow, reduced visibility, not to mention the Arctic blast that comes with that. So wind chill forecast by Wednesday afternoon. Okay, we're feeling like we're in the 20s, but watch what happens in a matter of hours. By the time we get to your Thursday morning, single-digit wind chills off towards Ann Arbor might feel like it's closer to 0. And by Friday morning, we're back with some of those single-digit wind chills. And so it's going to be brutally cold on top of the snowy roads and just the blowing wind. Now, Saturday, Sunday, we're starting to inch out of this mid to upper 30s. We get back in the 40s Monday, which means precipitation would be rain to start next week.
Now, forewarn weather with exclusive cutting-edge technology to help keep you and your family safe.
Back, yeah, cold out there, but really a beautiful day. A little sun peeking through.
You know, you'll take the sun when you can get it this time of year.
Absolutely.
That cloud cover rolls in, and it sticks around for a while. And those clouds will be spitting out some snow before you know it, just not today. However, the west side of the state still dealing with the lake effect snow coming off of Lake Michigan, in which Kalamazoo to Grand Rapids dealing with that snow band that's persistent. However, now we have winter storm watches that are for tomorrow into Thursday morning. That's for Sault Ste. Marie, northern lower Michigan, including Traverse City, and then down towards Cleveland, Erie, and Buffalo. So this coming off of Lake Michigan, also Lake Erie, where we will have some significant snow accumulation in those areas, and just enough here to make it a little tricky. But let's start with Exact Track 4D from Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo. That's where we have the snow coming down and still a little bit up to the north. But overall, we've been pretty dry here across southeastern Michigan with that sun peeking through a little bit. Here's a live look at Campus Martius in downtown Detroit. We have ice skaters out there, so it's chilly but not too cold to be ice skating outside. In fact, 36 degrees in the city where we're above freezing, but 30 in Ann Arbor, 32 in Pontiac, and same in Monroe. Westerly winds around 10 miles per hour does make it feel a smidge cooler. And as we look at the rest of the afternoon, we'll probably top out close to 36, 37 degrees and holding on to more clouds than sun throughout the day. And then tomorrow, that starts the more impactful system. We could see some flakes flying as early as tomorrow morning, but the most impact will arrive for the Thursday morning commute. So I want to make sure that you're prepared for that. Let's walk through the timeline because this isn't just a snow event, but we'll start with the snow. So by midnight tomorrow morning, northern lower Michigan still getting some of that snow, but this will start to sink farther south. So by 8 a.m., southeastern Michigan sees some flakes flying, but it's going to be the tip of the thumb that could start to get a little bit of light accumulation at that point. Maybe by 9 a.m. picking up about a half of an inch of snow. This appears to retreat a little northward heading into the afternoon, and then by late evening, now we're starting to see the precipitation roll back in. And this is where it gets a little tricky because temperatures rise above freezing tomorrow, but by 8 they should be back around the freezing mark. So this could start as a wintry mix, though I think it's more of a wet snow event than anything else. And through the overnight, by 3 o'clock in the morning Thursday, we are looking at a heavy wet snow. Your typical snow, the liquid ratios 10 to 1. Well, I would say this one's going to be more 16 to 1. So it's going to be a heavier snow, but that should lift by midday with a few flurries that will continue to fly throughout the afternoon. So it's really the morning commute Thursday that is going to be the most impacted. Now, as far as the snowfall forecast, I think we pick up anywhere from probably about a half of an inch to an inch in most locations, but there will be more areas to our north as we continue to time lapse this that could possibly pick up more so 2 inches of snow coming off of the lakes up into the thumb region. So Wednesday into Thursday, not only are we dealing with the snow, we're dealing with incredibly gusty winds. Wind gusts between 35 to 40 miles per hour throughout the overnight into the morning will lead to single-digit wind chills by the time we wake up Thursday morning. And so it's going to be blustery. We're going to see that wet snow freeze and become icy. And so you want to make sure that you use caution on the roads. As far as this cooler weather, it's sticking around throughout the weekend, but we will start to see a warm up going into early next week. And we have a forewarned weather alert issued for Thursday morning.